Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com. Today's customer service video question of the day is also from Quora. The question is, how do call center workers try to improve their own performance to provide better customer service? Okay, so first of all, I will actually direct you to another one of the answers that somebody has written here. Usually every answer, especially in the customer service category, is either incomplete, terrible, or usually blatant spam. In this case, there's one that's actually really useful, so I'm going to refer you there first. It's an answer by someone named Peter Galley. Find that answer, read it. He's somebody who basically, to sum it up, you should read his answer. It's good, but I'll sum it up here. I'm actually going to upvote this guy because that's a good answer. He says he worked at a call center for a long time. He would try to do things to improve his performance in terms of actual customer service provided. But he said basically to do that, he had to do the exact opposite of what his bosses in this call center would want him to do. They're worried about their stats, they're worried about their numbers, they're worried about piss break timers and efficiency and all this other nonsense, not actually the satisfaction of the customer or anything like that. So those of you who've seen my videos before, you know I'm going to go roughly down the same line as this, but it's interesting to hear that from somebody else who has worked in these environments. So, how do call center workers try to improve their performance to provide better customer service? Well, like this guy's answer kind of indicates, I'm going to agree with him here, either you improve your performance as measured by your bosses, as measured by the things they want you to do in that job, in that environment, or you provide better customer service. It's very rarely both. It's almost always going to be one or the other. In the conventionally run, efficiency-minded, piss break timing, NPC hell, customer service call center. This goes for email, this goes for live chat as well, but the fact that you said call center, almost every call center is this way. Not all customer service is this way, and not even all customer service delivered by phone is this way, but almost every call center. You say the word call center, and it essentially means NPC factory farm. Thank you for calling company's name. I'd be happy to help you with repeat customer's problem today. Mr. Customer's last name. May I verify a bunch of irrelevant information that has nothing to do with your request before providing a templated answer that you could have looked up yourself. But we don't make it available, so you have to call. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. And working there, you could, if you're working in that environment, you can try to improve your performance by simply playing the game, not really playing the game, reverse engineering the game, gaming the game, looking at the things. So you say you want to improve your performance. How does your company measure performance? If performance is efficiency, you'll want to handle a lot of very, very simple, repetitive, easy calls. And if that means not fixing something all the way, or fixing something a little bit, or just you noticing a problem and saying, we get 300,000 calls a year or a day, or whatever number, some huge number of calls a day about this thing, these could all be prevented if we just do this. I'm going to get this to the person who can do that and have that done, so all these people never have to call again. But that means you're going to have only people calling about real problems. If you fix all the easy stuff, if you make it so those people don't have to call you, then those people aren't going to call you. The only calls you're going to get are people with real problems, real issues. Maybe something's broken. Maybe it's something weird you've never seen before. Maybe it's something somebody actually needs to sit down and figure out. But those calls, if you've worked in this environment, and I have, as a call center worker years ago, those are the worst calls to get for your performance because your efficiency numbers go way down. And they tell you, at least the one I worked in, they would say, oh, well, it doesn't matter because you'll have so many easy calls that'll make up for that. They don't adjust for this in any way. They just expect you to have to handle repetitive nonsense every day. This literally would happen, I don't know how, but with this thing I worked in, people would call and say, hey, what's your phone number? Think about that for a second. Yeah, how many times a day can I answer? And we're not supposed to say, you called us to ask for our phone number. We were just told to read off the phone number. I don't know how this happened, but how many times a day am I going to read off a phone number that takes 30 seconds, check all the little boxes on my little spreadsheet that the nerds that listen to everything I say are recording and listening for, and get the best performance possible? Now, the real better performance would, this is a stupid example because they obviously called somehow, but put the phone number somewhere that they can find it, or the website. What's your website? The company's name.com. Did you try that? Have you heard of Google? These silly questions that no one should be answering, but they pay call center people to sit there and answer them. And the stupider the question, the easier the question, the more it should have been prevented and never happened to begin with, the better it looks for your performance, because you can handle the shit out of that. Somebody asks you a question you've never heard before, you don't know the answer to, you don't have the authority to fix, you have to research something, you have to talk to somebody else. That's going to hurt your performance. How else could you improve your performance? You could get a little piss jug and keep it under your desk and piss in a jug, because every minute you walk away to take a piss is detracting from your performance. See, this is the problem with the call center environment, is it essentially incentivizes people to do the wrong things and not to do the right things. What would an ideal customer service environment look like for me? What does it look like for me? Because this is what I help companies do. It's an environment, whether there's a call center, whether there's an email, whether there's a live chat. Ideally, there's not a call center. But it looks like customer service people, not very many of them, just a few of them, basically sitting around doing nothing all day long. Why? Because no customers are asking any questions. No customers are having any problems. No customers need help with anything, because everything's working the way it should be, and customers are getting what they want to be getting, and everything is good in the world. If that changes, if something goes wrong, or yes, if a customer has a stupid question that should have and was answered somewhere else, but they don't feel like looking, or they're too dumb to figure it out, someone is there to answer it and give them a good answer. And if they have a real problem, a real question, some weird stuff we've never seen before, someone is there with all the time they need to research it and figure everything out, and either answer the person right there or get back to them with a real, proper solution. Not just an answer, not just handling their ticket, but a real solution to whatever issue they're calling about. And then we can go and we can fix that thing so nobody else has to call about it ever again, in some cases. Now, you can't always do that, but you can often do that. How would this look in terms of job performance in a call center? Terrible. Massively inefficient. Everyone would be sitting in their chairs shaking with fear that the next round of layoffs is coming, because we don't need this many people. You have time to take a sip of water and scratch your ass between doing things at your job? That's highly inefficient. What do you mean? You can go to the bathroom and we don't even really need to pay an entire department of people to time bathroom breaks. Oh, that's inefficient. We're paying this bathroom break timing department to do nothing. Let's get more complaints coming in so we have something for our people to do, something for our bathroom break timers, something for our call listeners. You see what I mean? They have this thing that's built for a certain purpose. Large volumes, huge volumes of stupid, pointless, easy questions, repetitive tasks, mindless nonsense that an NPC can do, and fixing the system means those things don't happen. At least they don't happen anywhere near as much, which means customer service is better, but it means that whole system then is basically no longer needed, at least in that form. And out of self-preservation, that system defines job performance as being a functional piece of that system. The system itself is the problem. It's created many of the problems it then expands to handle. So, really, if you're in that environment, you should get out of that environment. You should learn what you can from that environment. Excuse me. If you want to, for some reason, I was going to say thrive, but no one thrives there. If you want to endure in that environment, learn what they're measuring, learn how their formulas are calculated. They probably give you the damn formula. Figure out which things they look at most highly, and do whatever is necessary to hit those check marks. An example, years ago when I worked in a call center, one of the check marks was when the customer was done with their complaint, with their call, with whatever you were helping them with, you were required to say, "What else can I help you with today?" So, sometimes you'd help the person and you'd do whatever for them. They'd say, "Hey, thanks so much, that's all I needed today." And you would have bad job performance if right after he said, "That's all I needed, thanks so much today," if you don't say, "Hi, well, that's all I needed. What else can I help you with? I don't need help with anything else, that's it. Oh, what else can I help you with?" You don't say that, you have bad job performance. Now, is that good customer service? No. Even if the guy thought he was talking to an intelligent person who could handle things in a reasonable fashion, even if you did your best to make it seem that way, when you ask a stupid, obvious, pointless question like that, you clearly indicate that you are not a person, that you are not a thinking human being, that you are an NPC, that you are basically a meat robot running a computer program, doing what it's told, and that's what this company puts in front of their customers. That's what this company thinks is the proper way to handle customers, deal with issues. Not prevent things, handle, deal with. Those are the correct words in this case, because that's how they see it. So that's my answer to this question. I'm going to wrap this up here. Check out this other guy's answer here. It's really good as well. But as always, I do one of these videos every weekday on a customer service question. I write regularly on business and customer service on Quora in response to questions, and on my website, 8020service.com, which also have a daily email list there, so get on that. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up here. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, upvote, all those things. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.